Time to put your speculation goggles on, fellas. 'Tis the season. What's going on, everyone? My name is Daniel, and let's not beat around the bush here. Alright, we have some, I guess, information. We got some rumors here about what could potentially be the Switch game that we might get this year. And I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm sure you've heard up to this point, yesterday, multiple people uploaded videos about this Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee thing. And honestly, for the longest time, even all throughout yesterday, I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not so sure about this one. Even after, many people came out where they was like, oh, I have all this information. For example, Pixelpaw, he spent forever teasing this stuff and revealing little tidbits all over the place. And then we had this post here that people locked onto and was like, oh, this is posted a while ago, and this has all the information that, we're getting stuff about today. And so on and so forth, and he posted this a couple of days ago, and then yesterday everyone blew up, and everyone was going crazy about this Let's Go Pikachu version, or Let's Go Eevee version. And for a while I was just like, But now we have some more news here, if you can call it news, I guess. Domains for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee registered by the same company Nintendo used to register the official Pokemon Sun and Moon website domain. Woo! You know what that means? It means that it is probably a game that exists. Probably. Like I said, this is all rumors. Nothing is confirmed as of yet, so take everything that you see with a grain of salt. But this right here, this happening, kind of convinces me a little bit. It kind of convinces me a little bit, and I am one of the people who's sitting here the most being like, hey, just don't believe anything you see on the internet. But there is no reason for Nintendo to register the domain names for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee unless these rumors have some grounds to them. Because it's not like Pokemon Gray, where you need to register that domain because it could be taken up by someone. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are so ridiculously specific that there is no reason for Nintendo to even want to register these unless it had something to do with their property or their intellectual property. I know it's called like Pokemon and Eevee and whatever, but Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is not something that someone would latch onto and be like, yes, I want this specific name, unless it had something to do with an actual product that they were going to release. So now we get our speculation goggles on. I'm really sad I don't have any actual goggles here because I would love to just slap them on here. And we think to ourselves, okay, if this is real, which, signs point to it being real. We have all this stuff from yesterday from Pixelpaw, this stuff right here. And this logo that was revealed, and there's posts about this logo all over the place now. If it is real, what is it? Because we had this post from 4chan, and personally, I know that this post has a lot of stuff to do with the stuff that we're seeing now, which are the Pikachu stuff, the Eevee stuff, yellow remakes for Switch, going back to Kanto, red and blue playing a part in the story, so on and so forth. But I'm not convinced about this post right here. Like I said before in a previous video, you can sprinkle in some lies with some truth. For example, yellow remakes for Switch, 2 versions, Pikachu and Eevee. Those are the parts of that's the information that we can kind of latch onto and be like, okay, this seems real, but is everything else real? We don't know that. Like, we don't know if following Pokemon will return. We don't know if it has Pokemon Go integration, which, God, I hope it doesn't. That sounds terrible. Catching Pokemon like Go? God, I hope not. That sounds terrible. But like I said in a previous video, don't believe everything in a singular post just because part of it was right. It doesn't mean that all of it is right. And we don't even know 100% if this is right yet. I'm just pretty much convinced because there's no reason for Nintendo to register a domain name for a ridiculously specific phrase like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It doesn't make sense for them to register that unless it actually was going to be used for something. But Now we have to think, okay, is this a main series game or is this a spin-off? Now, here's my theory right here. If this is real, if Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is real, it's a big if though. It's a big if it is real. First off, we don't know what kind of game it is, but I don't think it's going to be the main series game, mainly because the way I see this happening is that Nintendo can release a kind of side game a la, you know, Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, you know, the Mystery Dungeon games. Not a real full-fledged main series game. They can release a side game on the Switch to get interest built up for the Switch, to get people buying the Switch, and then next year release their full big Generation 8 intro. Is kind of my thoughts going into this. My first initial thoughts going into this would be, this isn't Generation 8. This isn't the big thing that they want to release on the Switch. If this is real, then they're saving the big thing for next year. And right now, I guess this would be a side game that they're releasing to be like, hey, Pokemon is now on Switch. Hey, buy a Switch. Hey, we got more cool stuff coming in the future. This is some of the capabilities of the Switch that we can use for Pokemon. This is a taste of what you can expect to come in the future. Some kind of a scenario like that, essentially. That's the best I can really think of right now as to what would be going on with this entire situation. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd like to have a bit of a discussion about this as to, is it a side game? What kind of side game can it be? Just because some of this was right doesn't mean all of this is right. It could be a game where you play as Pikachu. It could be like a mystery dungeon game where you play as the Pokemon and you run around as a Pikachu or an Eevee. It could be some like terrible shitty little thing. Who knows? We don't really know anything about this yet, but I am kind of convinced at this point that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are indeed real products that will be released potentially this year by Nintendo. Probably on the Switch. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'd like to have a little bit of a discussion about this. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more in the future. And I will see you guys next time.